I always compare starting the kitchen to having children. If you ask me about managing the life of a spiritual community, because before you have children, you literally have no idea. And then once you're in over your head and it's too late and you're glad you did it, but had someone really tried to warn you, you probably wouldn't have done it. I was so naive when I started the kitchen. I had $40,000 from one donor. And I started it an hour away from my home because I looked at a map and I thought, this is where my people live, and it was good for them. And so what ended up happening was the girls would come with me to the kitchen. I have an early memory, before I had a parking space, of having like the 8-year-old, the 6-year-old, and the 4-year-old. And like each of them is carrying bags of something because we didn't have parking, we didn't have storage. I was carrying a Torah, and we're like marching down the street like a little Chabad family to services. And they knew that if they helped to clean up, we always have 100 people more for dinner after tefillot, after services. And then we all do dishes together. That's just how it goes. And the girls know that if they do the dishes, we leave faster. So they started doing the dishes and started talking to some of the 20-somethings, and they're getting an education about life. And I think what they've learned from being at the kitchen, and I don't take this lightly, is that it's possible to build something in the world. And I think for young girls, there's a lot of messaging that says, no, you have to latch your star into somebody else. And so whenever they're having a tough time, my husband will say to them, well, look what your mother was able to do. Your mother was able to build it, and you can too. And I've heard them, that's a refrain for them, that it's possible.